Today's the day. The big secret is revealed. The big announcement is going to happen, but first things first, I do have my free incubator that is ready to open. I'm gonna go ahead and open it because it runs on a 6-hour delay. The longer I wait to open it, the longer it takes before I can open the next one. And I don't think you guys are really gonna mind if I have to open up an incubator. Also in today's video, there's a dinosaur that I'm now able to unlock. I kind of teased this earlier in a video this week, and I think it could be really good, like really, really good. There are just two things that are holding it back, and I will get into those. Also have a strike tower from yesterday, and thank goodness I didn't knock out this strike tower because we didn't get a tower at all today. So we kind of gonna talk about that as well. Hard brakes from a truck behind us, and are you guys ready for the big news? The big announcement that I've been trying to decide how I want to reveal it to you guys is I'm going to Ludia. No, I'm not gonna take a job with Ludia. They didn't offer me a job, and I wouldn't know how to do anything really anyway. They have invited me out to Montreal, Canada next week. So 8 days from today, I'm recording this on Wednesday. So next Thursday, I will be flying out to Montreal, Canada. Friday, I will be spending the entire day at Ludia's HQ. So really excited. I'm honored and privileged just to even be asked. It came out of the blue, not expecting that at all. And I consider myself a small-time content creator. So for a small-time content creator, like, this is a huge, like, I don't even know, just honor. So I'm really excited about that. I get to ask them questions too. So I'm sure a lot of you have a lot of questions you'd like me to ask, but I'm actually getting my Patreons to submit questions that they want asked on my Discord. And so I will be taking some of my questions and some of their questions and asking the development team and the artist team. And if any of you guys are from Montreal watching this video, I've only been to Vancouver, Canada, but I love poutine. So if you know of the best poutine in Montreal, leave it in the comments below, because when I get there on Thursday night, that is where I am going for dinner, is to find somewhere to eat some delicious poutine. And if you don't know what poutine is, basically if I tell you what it is, you'll think it's disgusting, because it's like French fries and gravy and cheese curds and maybe a little bit of like a pulled pork or a beef on top of it. But in actuality, it is awesome. So there you go, the big news. I'm really excited about it, and if you are from Ludia watching, thank you. I appreciate it, and I look forward to visiting with you guys, gosh, in like 10 days. It's crazy to think, and I'm only gonna be there like 48 hours. That's the crazy thing about it. So I fly in on Thursday, I'll do a vlog about the travel day, and then all day Friday, I'm gonna be at Ludia, and then I have most of the day on Saturday to hang out in Montreal and explore, and then it will be time to come back to kind of gray and cloudy Los Angeles today. It's May gray and then June gloom here. If you're local with the area, you know what those mean. Basically, it's too hot in the desert and it's too cold at the ocean, and so the clouds just kind of linger over the area. On to the topic at hand. This dinosaur that I think is actually really good that nobody is talking about, because holdback number one is the resources are extremely hard to come by, and that is going to be my Skulosaurus. I have it set up ready to create, as you can see, and the only reason why I even have it this far is because of the dinos of the week, the hybrid chase that we have going on. I'm actually able to pick up quite a bit of DNA that I needed. Now, here's the thing. In order to get this to level 20, which is where I think it needs to be, like, this thing is primed to have a super hybrid, but in order to get to level 20, I need roughly 17,500 Skulosaurus DNA, and as you can see, I don't. I have 10,005, so I need like 7,000 more of this DNA. Base stats: 5% crits, or 5%, yeah, 5% crits, since I always forget to do this, and 20% armor, and that 20% armor is really nice. Base health of 2670, an attack of 614 with a speed of 117. Now I like its toolkit. Nullifying Strike, Rampage does 2 times damage. Distracting Rampage, also 2 times damage, but reduces the target's damage by 50% for 2 turns. That's huge. Long protection is going to deal 1 times damage, 50% defense for 2 turns. Now, just so you know, if you go distraction and then you go long protection, it's not going to stack and give your opponent 0 damage. It's going to be like a 75% reduction in damage because you do 50% of 50%. I hope you guys follow me on that. But then look at this, the swap in nullification. Nullify opponent's positive effects after swapping in, unable to swap for 1 turn. We've seen that before, but I feel like this one can actually hold up a little bit better. I think the other one is the Proceratomimus that has that swap in nullification. And I think when you swap in with the Proceratomimus, it's really weak, and so it's pretty easy to knock out, even if you remove the ability. Whereas this little fella, the Skulosaurus, it has a little bit of armor, so it should be able to survive. The one thing, and I said I thought it had a couple of things holding it back, and I already told you the one is the lack of resources, because outside of this week, the Skulosaurus is nowhere to be found. If the Distracting Rampage did not have a 1-turn delay, I think this would be your ultimate Thor killer, because you could come in right away, do 50% damage for 2 turns, drop 2 distractions or 2 rampages down, and I think you're good to go. It's faster base speed than Thor, which means that you can put levels into this, and like I'm this close. I am this close to just going all out on it. The problem is I really could not get it past level 20 very much anyway, so I don't know. But I like the dinosaur. I think it could be really, really good. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go into battle, and I wanna see just how well it can do, but I need to modify my team first. We're gonna take this guy out, and that starts at level 16 because it is a legendary hybrid. And then I'm gonna jump into the battle tower. I'm gonna do the first one here in front of you guys, and then it's a 5-step tower, so I don't wanna make you guys sit through all that because those end up being rather lengthy videos. And then what I'm gonna do is I will come back at the end before I take out the final tower and just kind of give you my recap of how this thing goes. I'm gonna go right off the bat. It's kind of a cool looking little tadpole, salamander, whatever you want to call this. So I'm gonna go rampage right off the bat here. I'm gonna take 286 on the damage there. But look at that rampage, like 2228, and that's base. Imagine getting this thing actually leveled up and then putting some tier boosts into it. I probably should have just gone with the shield there, but I didn't. 614 is not great, but when you talk about doubling damage, rampage moves are such a bang for the buck value when you're using your tier boost. So really no problem there. Oh, I'm probably gonna have to dart this Ornithormimus real quick as we put a pause in the action. Ornithormimus, speaking of Proceratomimus, definitely a good epic dinosaur. It just gets really expensive if you're trying to get it up to team level because it's a hybrid epic, and so you end up spending money, coins, to level it up, the ingredients for it, and then to do the individual levels up get pretty expensive as well. So what I'm going to do from here is go ahead and take out the rest of this tower until the final battle, the final level, and then I will play that one again and kind of give you my thoughts, because on paper I think Skulosaurus, is it Skull? I always say it's, I don't even remember, and I'm just now talking about it. So Skulosaurus, there you go. I will let you know my thoughts on Skulosaurus because on paper I think it should be really good. One thing that I do want to give full disclosure to with this is this tower is meant for level 6 to 10, so I'm significantly stronger than is needed, and as such I've really had no problems battling this tower. I like it. I like the kit. I like the shield. The real problem with the shield is Thor and Trichosaurus. They have shield breaking moves, and so it makes it a little difficult. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put up my shield first. Maybe. It looks like I'm probably gonna get stunned here. We'll see. Yep, definitely got stunned, but I'm faster, so I should be able to go first here. Now, I do have the option. I can go 2 times damage. I can reduce the damage. They do have superiority strike, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just throw up my shield first and foremost in case the AI goes superiority strike, which would have cleansed out the distraction. Now, for my next turn, I'm going to do the 2 times damage and try to slow them down, unless of course they just swap out, in which case I get stunned. Alright, so now I'm going to try to drop this Rampage down. Let's see if they go, and they did strike run. So that's really 96. I mean, that is no damage at all. And that's great. A lot of survivability. This is kind of I don't want to call it a tank, because it's not necessarily a tank, but it acts as a tank, if that makes sense. Oh, and I didn't get stunned, and I got a knockout. So 1 dino down, 1 dino severely hurt. No, never mind. For some reason I thought I'd already hurt this. Now, this Stygimoloch Gen 2, all it's gonna do is shielding strike. So no matter which attack I use, it's going to be 614 damage unless it's a crit, because I can either remove the shield and do 1 times damage, or I can leave the shield up, do 2 times damage, but have 50% reduction on my damage. So Stygimoloch Gen 2 is just kind of a nuisance more than a threat. And then that's going to bring in Delta. Should have no problems here. Definitely, let's see, 5, that's going to be 1,000 damage. It's going to hurt, but I'm going to put a 50% reduction on the damage for 2 turns. And so it's going to be down to like 2 and change. And then I can put up the shield, and Pounce doesn't go through shields. There's nowhere to impact and run to. So this is going to be GG. I have to say, maybe it's confirmation bias, but I came into this video thinking I really liked this figure once I started looking at it. And I'm leaving this video thinking I really wish I could get this dinosaur to a higher level, because I think it's pretty good. And I think with the boost and everything, I think you can find a spot for it on most teams. So I'll definitely take the coin there, the darts, Stygimoloch Gen 2, Delta, and Stygimoloch. So there we go. Anyway, there is a Skollosaurus over in the distance, so I'm probably going to head over there so I can get a little bit more DNA. But again, super excited to be headed to Montreal. Cannot wait to bring you guys vlog footage from the Great White North. And let me know, what do you guys think of Skollosaurus? Is it a dinosaur that you wish you could put on your team? Or is it just kind of another better than average dinosaur, but nothing really to see here? That's all I've got for today. So until next time.